Got me hot. Yeah. Got me hot.
We're brothers. We're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five.
Welcome to another edition of Bro Talk Live, the best show in late night for you by us. Bro Talk, we're always on the mark. Main man Jason. Thanks for tuning in once again on a Tuesday night. First week of July. Guys, time is flying. We're already the 7th month. What the hell happened to 2024? What's going on? Dex, what up, bro?
Dexter Stuckey here. Super excited to be here. Guys, I decided that, you know, how some people get together and play cards. This right here is our card. Bro Talk Live.
Why are you acting like you just came up with this? Like I didn't say this in the pre-show.
I just did. We get together and we play our cards together. So we welcome you to the game night.
The game night. I like that little promo. Tyler guy, what up?
I can't believe you. I don't know why I
stole my whole thing and then put it on wax, right? It's crazy.
Who does that? Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to our show. We got an exciting show for you. I'm super excited to be here and ready to work.
All right, Bill, 2 weeks in a row, back on the show.
Listen, the United States Army has given me a pass, but I do want to say something real quickly.
Okay.
And I've been hearing a lot of chitter chatter about why people's cookouts are not cooking out. The problem is too many of these men are walking around with Telfar bags and they don't have them little sandals with a cigarette and a beer. Put them little Telfar bags down, pick up them little sandals with that little pinky toe stick out, grab a cigarette and get you a Corona and hop on that grill. It's 4th of July. We need some cookout.
Yeah, it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot over there for 4th of July for y'all too.
Absolutely, it's ridiculous hot since
since ever.
Out of office.
All right, so we're going to get into politics in a second, but before we get there, Dex, do you want to tell people that we're going to have a special guest on today?
We do. We have.
Well, you want me to introduce, or you want to introduce it?
Well, you go ahead.
I mean, it's that. So
we do have
I'm going to warn everybody now. This was not my idea, and I'm not saying he's going to do a bad job. He's going to do a great job, but I'm just letting everybody know. If you guys have a problem with Dexter, send it to him. Don't send no mail my way, okay? I don't want it.
Well, just to give some backstory, we have a self-proclaimed Trump supporter on with us today. His name is Damien Jones.
Why did you call him that?
Well, that's what he calls himself.
Let me do the intro because I actually wrote it down. Okay.
Well, I just feel like I just want to give a disclaimer.
Some of us joke that we like Donald Trump. Dex thought it would be an excellent idea to invite someone who actually does like Donald Trump for some new perspective on the show tonight. So we're joined by keynote preacher, podcaster, Republican strategist, military vet, Damien Jones. What up? Welcome to the show, bro.
Hey, I'm excited to be here with you. Thank you, brothers, for having me on the Bro Talk Live. I'm excited for the conversation.
Absolutely. I like the way you change your little background. You already ready.
Yeah, I mean, y'all had a cool background, so let me find something really quickly. So I'm excited for the conversation.
All right, before we get into the show, so that everyone knows exactly where you stand politically, here's a clip from your podcast.
I saw Trump and I saw his bravado. I saw how he was a straight shooter. I saw how he pushed back on the fake news media and set the record straight as it relates to that. I saw how he always stood on his square, right? I'm gonna tell you, a preacher taught me this. One of my favorite preachers taught me. He said, "Man, strong wrong always beats weak right." Even if you're wrong, man, you better stand on your square, right? Mm-hmm. And so that for me, so I'm a Republican today simply because of Donald Trump. And I'm a Trumper to the end of the earth. I'm Black MAGA to the end of the earth. And as he continues to get these charges put on him, I am with him 1,000%, because when adversity comes, you better stand strong.
All right. What you got to say, Bill?
I'm sorry. You Baptist, ain't it?
Yes, sir. I'm a Baptist preacher.
I can tell you Baptist because only y'all Baptists live in sin like that. A strong wrong is better than a what right? Are you kidding me? That ain't nothing. Jesus.
I do have a question for you though. You said you will walk with Trump to the end of the earth. Now, is that earth flat or is it round?
Round.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
Round.
Okay. All right. With that being said, let's get to the politics. Hold on, Bill. Let's get to the intro and then I'll let you ask some more.
Politics as usual.
All right, Bill.
So, well, you're already Baptist. You've established.
This is not
that,
an
so I
interview,
don't-
by the way. This is not going to be an interview
It's
segment.
not an interview. It's definitely not
Okay.
an interview, but I do have some follow-up questions.
Okay.
So, which now I have to tailor them because you're Baptist, so I know you probably
Oh my
smoke
God.
cigarettes after church anyway.
I don't understand this attack against
No,
Baptists. What is that?
no.
Well, over here in the Holiness Church, we don't talk about strong wrongs. We follow peace with all men, and we live the right way. But you're a military vet. What branch did you serve? Because I see you got that American flag, and that's really against the flag code. So what
Is his flag over in the habit as his background?
branch you were?
Yeah,
What
I'm
branch
an
you
Air
were?
Force vet, Bill.
You were what?
Air Force vet.
Oh, Air
So-
Force.
But thank you for your service, Bill. Thank you so much for your service and what you do for this country.
Air Force. What was you security forces?
No, I ain't cut out like that. I'm not built like that.
What,
No,
what was your job?
No, I worked on the flight line.
What did you do on the
I
flight
worked
line?
on F-16s. I was an electrician, F-16s.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I had to be a little smart. I had to get a little
All right.
higher ASVAB score.
I can take a
to do
mechanic.
that.
I can take that. I can take that. a little
Listen,
bit.
since this is a religious now, should we hang our 10 Commandments up now? Like, should we? What are we doing here?
That's up
I'm
to
sorry.
you all. Hey, let me also say I love Jay-Z, so I love that intro. Jay-Z is
You like
is my
You like
favorite
that one?
artist, so
All right.
I appreciate
All right.
that.
All right, let's get into the show before we spend the whole time just interviewing you about why you believe what you believe and all this other stuff. Following a less than stellar debate performance, questions about President Joe Biden's ability to lead have intensified. Even Vice President Kamala Harris admitted it was not his best performance, while highlighting Biden's effectiveness behind the scenes and a retort against his performance.
Listen, people can debate on style points, but ultimately this election and who is the president of the United States has to be about substance. And the contrast is clear. Look at what happened during the course of the debate. Donald Trump lied over and over and over again, as he is wont to do. He would not disavow what happened on January 6th. He would not give a clear answer on whether he would stand by the election results this November.
He was a very different person on the stage 4 years ago when you debated him. You must, I mean, that's certainly true, is it not?
Anderson, the point has to be performance in terms of what a president does. A
Right,
president
but
who
that is
incites
what's
an
scary for
insurrection
people
against the
watching this.
Capitol. No, but I got the point that you're making about a 1.5 hour debate tonight. I'm talking about 3.5 years of performance in work that has been historic. So I'm not going to spend all night with you talking about the last 90 minutes when I've been watching the last 3.5 years of performance.
Well, this duality, I should say, of President Biden, the leader on one hand who can negotiate bipartisan deals, and the aging politician struggling on the debate stage, has stirred significant debate within the party. Some Democrats are quietly questioning if Biden should step aside, while others, including allies of Vice President Harris, are frustrated by the lack of consideration she receives as a potential successor. The president's performance at the recent debate, where he appeared lost and delivered meandering answers, has only heightened concerns. However, the Biden campaign quickly rebounded at a campaign rally, I should say, a couple of days afterwards, acknowledging his shortcomings while emphasizing his experience and commitment to the truth.
I know I'm not a young man. State the obvious. Well, I know. Well, I don't. Folks, I don't walk as easy as I used to. I don't speak as smoothly as I used to. I don't debate as well as I used to. But I know what I do know. I know how to tell the truth. I know right from wrong. And I know how to do this job. I know how to get things done. And I know, like millions of Americans know, when you get knocked down, you get back up.
But here's the crux of the debate. Is it
Lord.
too late in the race now for Biden to step down, as people are asking him to? And if he doesn't, can Democrats still secure a win in 2024? Now, the White House has meticulously managed Biden's schedule to counteract concerns about his age, but the question remains, are these measures enough? So, guys, Dex, I'll ask you first. Should Biden step down? And if so, is it too late for another candidate to step in and save the day for the Democrats?
No, I don't think that he should step down. I think the fact that people are saying that he should step down is insane. Specifically, like when the debate first ended, Republicans were saying it, right? And then they were like, well, Democrats are thinking this. And the fact that Democrats actually came out and were like, yeah, well, maybe he should. I think that is insane. Like it's almost kind of like one of those things where if you use like a sports analogy, like you literally are just wide open. You're just giving your playbook out. Like, why would you do that? Why would you expose your weaknesses to your opponent? It makes no sense to me. And then like when Democrats are saying this stuff, obviously Republicans are going to agree with them. That's why I thought for the first time in her career, Kamala Harris made a lot of sense. Like she was really on fire
What you're not going to do?
with the Anderson Cooper stuff. Like I'm like, this makes sense. Like you need to have a united front. And the fact that they don't have that, and on Donald Trump's side, even despite him lying throughout the debate, there's a united front over there. And on the Democratic side, they're like, oh, maybe he should step down. Do you know how crazy that looks?
Damien, how do you feel about the fact that the vice president pointed out that Trump did a lot of lying during that debate, and that might counteract all of the stuttering and pauses that Biden had?
Yeah, Trump didn't lie, and the thing about and y'all are laughing about that, but because that's all you've heard, you've heard, right? But if you really dig into the details and listen to what Trump said, he didn't tell any lies, right? But if you listen to what Biden was saying, Biden lied about several things, and he also has a record of lying about marching during the civil rights era. He also, in the past, has lied about his academic record as well. So when people talk about politicians lying, they all lie. So let's not act like Joe Biden is this beacon of truth with his 50-year career, right? But to your point about what the vice president said, Biden already had weaknesses. They tried their best to hide their weaknesses, right? They put him in a bunker for all of 2020. Didn't really let him do a lot of interviews, right? And then
Wasn't Trump in a bunker for COVID? Remember that?
No, he wasn't in the bunker for COVID. He was he was hiding in the bunker when they were protesting in DC.
Yeah.
That's where he was hiding.
He was in his house.
And also, just real quick, Damon, you said that Trump did not lie about something. So would you say that he misspoke when he said that you can have an abortion after a baby is born? Because he said that, and that's a lie.
I would call that as misspeaking.
But
he
said
also said a relatively small people went to the Capitol and were ushered in, and that also is untrue.
No. There's some truth to that. But let me ask you this: if there's Biden also said we finally beat Medicaid or something. Would you call that a lying or a misspeaking?
When you say finally beat it.
Yeah, it depends on what you define as beat.
Yeah.
So we're getting into
it makes no sense. But here's the point I'm making.
Let me ask a question. So because you going hard for this convicted felon, right? You were a member of the United States Air Force.
Yes, sir.
So if you had 34 felony convictions and you had 11 bankruptcies, could you get a security clearance?
I probably couldn't, but
no, not probably. You absolutely could not, and you know you couldn't. But you want the man who has 34 felony convictions, financial fraud, and 11 bankruptcies and convictions of sexual assault to be in charge of the. Not only that, the man who delayed and deferred going into the military during the draft and lied about that. You want him to be in charge of the military and then be the president? Are we serious right now?
Wait, but that's a great question, Bill. But here's the thing. We already
that question. Don't hand me no talking point.
No. Listen, no. I love the question. We already have a record of Trump as the president. It's not like he's a newcomer and we don't know what he would do, right?
He had the worst record in
no, sir. Let me tell you something. The highest level of inflation during Trump's presidency was 2.9%. 2.9%. And he handed that to Joe Biden. Inflation reached 9% under the Biden administration. Trump had a great economy, right? Let me say this. I don't know if most of your viewers are black, but also when you talk about the PPP money that was put on the table for black businesses to start, seed money to start their businesses, right? Listen, we haven't seen another administration to invest and to empower black business in that way. You may not like Trump,
they empowered the black business though because of COVID, and we had a natural disaster, a pandemic that we've never seen the likes of in the history. That's why it wasn't a gift for black people.
And do you think Trump handled COVID well?
Listen, there's no president that can gift wrap anything for a specific group of people by race. But when you pass these appropriations bills and you give this money to the American people, there are some groups that can benefit from it, and black people did greatly benefit. Black businesses did greatly benefit from that. So listen, you don't have to like Trump, but what we can't do is distort his record and how great his administration was. Let me say the last part. And we did not. And the country would say we did not go to war. We were in no conflicts as well.
But I don't want to interrupt you because I want you to get your point out. But let me just ask you this: This happened because of COVID, correct?
What happened?
Like the PPP money and all that stuff that was given because of COVID, correct?
It was in response to help keep the economy strong and to support the
during COVID.
Yes.
So, do you think Trump handled COVID well? Like, were you impressed with how he handled COVID?
To be
honest,
let's
just keep in mind, like we can like who we like or whatever, but this is the same person who said you can drink some bleach. He said if you don't get tested, then that means you don't.
Here's what y'all need to know about me. I like Trump, but I don't agree with Trump on everything.
But that's what I want. But
No.
As far as COVID, do you agree that he handled it poorly?
For the most part, yes.
Okay.
Yes. So, I think some of his language as it relates to COVID was wild.
And actions.
I think he could have handled it. But I'm gonna say this though, in his defense, we don't know how.
Defend it. Hear me out.
No, hear me out. This is what I always say. This though, the pandemic was a once in a lifetime occurrence.
Right.
No other president that I know of faced something like that. And when you've never faced something, you got to learn how to deal with it, and it might kick you in your mouth, right? And so he struggled dealing with it day to day, how to combat it, how to get some vaccines on the table. It was tough. Listen,
he didn't have
the pandemic.
There was a playbook already handed out to him.
No, there was no.
He chose not to read it.
There was no playbook.
Let's answer the question on the topic. Do you think that the Democrats need to? Because we totally went away from that.
I forgot what the question was. Yeah,
right. Do you think Democrats can maintain unity and win if Biden stays in the race, or is a change in leadership?
Oh, let me tell you something.
For them to get victory.
Be it Biden, be it Kamala Harris, be it Gretchen Whitmer, be it Gavin Newsom, it doesn't matter who's the Democratic nominee. They are not going to win this year. Let me tell you something. The Democrats have done a poor job of messaging the last several years, and because of that, you've seen a hemorrhaging of black people leaving the party, particularly black men. And because their messaging has been, James Carville, a very seasoned Democratic strategist, said this. Their messaging is too feminine. Too many women wagging their finger at men, right? Calling them toxic, calling them problematic, things of that nature. There are also some issues about supporting the nuclear family as well, right? So therefore, there's nothing that they can do. And then here's the thing. And then you trot out this career politician who clearly has cognitive issues, but they've been lying about it for 2 years as though folks are stupid and can't see clearly what's in front of them. Just from an objective standpoint, listen, I don't like Joe Biden, but just from an objective standpoint, if you can clearly see that this man has cognitive issues, why would you want him to lead the free world? Just the question that Bill just asked me a minute ago. If you see these issues,
do you think Trump has any cognitive issues?
And according to a report, he's only awake from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. every day. How can he lead America?
Let Ty ask what he was going to ask.
I hear you, Bill. That's my choice.
Do you think Trump has any cognitive issues at all?
That's very important to know.
You know what? That's a good question, Ty. None that I can see.
What?
Are you
None that I can
serious?
see.
You ever watch our segment called "What Did the Trump Say"?
No, I'm not a doctor, Ty, but none that I could see as relates to what we see with Biden.
Well, but you can see Biden's cognitive issues, but not Trump's.
We have
what do you see? Because I don't see it.
Well, we have a segment on this show. It's called "What Does the Trump Say?" and it's a part of the show where we like to guess Trump's blunders because he often has them, right? You know, and those might not be considered cognitive issues to you, but you know, to some people, those
like
could be
me,
considered
he's a
cognitive
neurologist who studied neurology at Johns Hopkins University. Those are clearly cognitive issues.
I'm not a neurologist, so I can't see it.
One more Trump question I have for you. Do you really think he was 215 pounds when he got arrested?
Listen, does Trump embellish sometimes? Yes. Is he a great storyteller? Listen, I don't agree with Trump on everything. I
but
don't.
Do you agree that he was 215 pounds?
No, Trump ain't been 215 probably since he was a teenager. No.
Thank you. Okay, at least we're talking.
So wait a minute.
You can see a little bit of reality. All right, let's just guess this word really quick. It's an oldie but goodie. Let's see what we got.
Carried out by red.
What did he say?
I think he was saying carried out by racists. Carried out by racism.
Okay, it's close. It's close.
Carried out by race baiters.
No, I mean that wasn't really it. You said carried out by race baiters. That's interesting. No, that wasn't it. It wasn't carried out by racists. It wasn't carried out by race baiters. Let me see if I can find it, the actual clip for you really quick. Oh, here we go. Yeah, here goes the clip. So it wasn't any of those, but it was fairly longer, and here's what it ended up being. Let's see if this clip sounds a little familiar to anyone. Do you guys remember what this clip was? Did anyone have a guess?
I can never remember what he said. You know that.
Let's see if we could get it.
And as you know, I've come here from New York, where I'm being forced to endure a Biden show trial, all done by Biden, carried out by that's right, all being done by him, carried out by radical Democrat district attorney.
No cognitive issues there at all.
No. Listen, y'all see how much golf that Trump plays, and he's actually very good at golf. Talking about lying. Talking about lying. Have y'all seen Biden play golf?
Have you seen Donald Trump play golf? There's no way Donald Trump is winning.
I play golf.
I play golf. I learned golf from Tiger Woods. There's no way Donald Trump.
You ain't learning from Joe Biden.
I didn't learn from the best in the game.
All right, we gotta
explain this.
We gotta move, Bill.
Donald Trump. We're going to move. Donald Trump is a convicted felon. He has 34 felonies.
What's it have to do with his golf game?
Oh, I don't care nothing about his golf game. He sucks playing golf also. He only wins his own club championships because it's his club.
But let me say this to that point. You keep lifting up that point about 34 felonies and so forth, right? Number one,
I want to run in my country, not
here's what the numbers say. The numbers say that two-thirds of black men under the age of 23 have a criminal record.
And right? They can't vote.
No.
Vote.
Let me finish what I'm saying. No, that's not true. And I think only in 9 states, I believe, either one way around. Somebody fact check me on that. But also, you made me lose my train of thought.
You were talking about black men.
We all have somebody in our family that has a criminal record of some sort. No, but most of us do. We got somebody in our family, right? But even if you did, every time you see them, you're not going to ostracise them and say, "Oh, hey, Uncle Felony."
But I'm also not going to run for president.
Running for president.
Wait, Damien, you are right. I definitely would not say to my relative, like, you got that felony, but I will not leave my door unlocked around them either, though.
yeah, but Donald Trump wasn't convicted of stealing or violent crime. It wasn't a violent crime. It was administrative errors on paperwork. And normally these things are not. Normally these things are not even felonies. They're normally misdemeanors, and they were kicked up to felonies because this was, as Trump said, a show trial and a witch hunt.
You were in the Air Force.
We should move to the next part.
You were in the Air Force. 34 felonies. you can't serve, let alone
It was a
be in
witch
charge
hunt,
of people
Bill. It
serving.
was a witch hunt, Bill.
All
But
right,
here's the beautiful thing about America, right? We all have different backgrounds, things that happen. But if the people select this guy, 34 felonies and all, then we have to go with the will of the people. And clearly, by the polls, the American people
landmark
don't
decision
care about the
from
34
the U.S.
fake
Supreme
felonies.
Court that could reshape the landscape of presidential immunity. In a contentious 6-3 ruling, the court has determined that former president and 34-time convicted felon Donald Trump enjoys complete immunity for his actions deemed official during his presidency, but not for those considered unofficial. This decision essentially makes it impossible for Trump to face trial on his January 6 charges before the upcoming November election, with Trump having the option to appeal adverse rulings, potentially dragging out this case for years. Should he reclaim the White House, Trump could direct the Department of Justice to dismiss the case altogether, of course, because he won't be prosecuted for it, so why wouldn't he? The decision, authored by Chief Justice John Roberts, sends the issue of defining what constitutes official actions back down to the lower courts, I should say. Justice Roberts, joined by the court's conservative justices, emphasized that the president has absolute immunity for actions within the scope of their official duties. However, Justice Sonia Sotomayor, in a fiery dissent, argued that this ruling undermines the fundamental principle that no one is above the law. Her concerns reflect a broader debate on presidential power and accountability. Trump, for his part, is ecstatic, writing on Truth Social. Damien, do you have a Truth Social account?
I don't. No, sir, I don't. I'm only on X.
I thought you might. I don't know. I thought you might fade that $30 a month for Truth Social.
I can't keep up with all those apps.
He wrote, "Big win." Oh, sorry.
Hello,
Is Trump
boys.
here? Hold up. We have Trump on the phone.
The DJT is here. Good evening, boys. And to my super duper paratrooper of a follower, God bless. 2 Corinthians, my favorite scripture. Big win for our Constitution and democracy. Proud to be an American where at least I know I'm free and we string up the blacks.
Oh my God. But maybe Trump should be concerned because according to the Huffington Post, they say this: the Supreme Court technically gives Joe Biden the legal okay to assassinate Donald Trump with this ruling. Former White House counsel John Dean told the Huffington Post, in a hypothetical scenario, Biden ordering Trump to kill people or to kill Trump, his actual giving of that order will be potentially unavailable for evidence. This, of course, is something that the president has said that he would never do as it currently stands.
At the outset of our nation, it was the character of George. At the outset of our nation, it was the character of George Washington, our first president, to define the presidency. He believed power was limited, not absolute, and that power always resides with the people, always. Now, over 200 years later, with today's Supreme Court decision, once again, it'll depend on the character of the men and women who hold that presidency that are going to define the limits of the power of the presidency, because the law will no longer do it. I know I will respect the limits of the presidential powers I have for 3.5 years, but any president, including Donald Trump, will now be free to ignore the law. I concur with Justice Sotomayor's dissent today. Here's what she said. She said, in every use of official power, the president is now a king above the law. With fear for our democracy, I dissent. End of quote. So should the American people dissent. I dissent. May God bless you all, and may God help preserve our democracy. Thank you. And may God protect our troops.
Damien, do you dissent?
End of quote.
Do you dissent, Damien?
Dissent what? I dissent that crap that he just spewed out of his mouth. That's what I dissent, right? So people are creating these wacky hypotheticals as relates to this ruling, right? They say, oh, Trump's gonna put us back in chains. He's gonna, like, we already had 4 years. He didn't put black people back in chains. So why are we still making up that lie, right? But here's the thing about that.
Bill? He sure tried.
No, he didn't. Come on, so cut it out. Cut it out. We got to be realistic here. So here's the thing about this ruling. The Supreme Court just put in black and white what has been the understood thinking around this type of rationale as it relates to presidential immunity, right? It just simply said, if the president is conducting his official duties as per the Constitution, then he has immunity. But if he is doing something that's non-official, then he or she can be prosecuted, right? Richard Nixon, under this ruling, would still be prosecuted today because his actions were not official, right? And so,
but they also weren't, to be fair, they also weren't laid out in this black and white way that now, you know, future presidents, if they're savvy enough, will be able to read this opinion and be able to read the laws, which are really laid out black and white now. And there won't be any sort of, oh, maybe if I do this, I might get prosecuted, so I won't do it. But now it's like, okay, since you laid it out, I might try it because I can just say it was unofficial.
Jason, watch this. Obama killed 4 Americans in 2013 via drone strikes. Right. Now, should he be prosecuted for that?
No, because Obama didn't say kill 4 people. Trump told people to go down to the Capitol. That's a difference.
Should Biden be prosecuted for sending the FBI to his political opponent's house?
Biden didn't do that. Biden doesn't.
How you know that? How you wait? But he doesn't control the FBI. He appoints the director. He appoints the director. They serve under him.
Control what they do. He doesn't tell them what to do.
Yes, he
does.
Wait,
and specifically, you're talking about search on Mar-a-Lago.
Wait, they serve at his pleasure, so they don't listen to him.
But then, you're talking about when they search Mar-a-Lago for those documents.
Yes.
The documents that he should not.
You know I'm right, Dex. You know I'm right. That's why you got that smirk on your face.
Wait.
You know I'm right.
Wait. You mean the documents that it was illegal for him to have at Mar-a-Lago?
You talking about the same documents that Biden had in his garage?
We're not talking about Biden.
Biden wasn't president.
If we're gonna do this, let's do it.
Biden wasn't president.
See, here's the thing.
No, he was vice president.
I heard you.
So as vice president, he had no business taking documents home. As
and
president,
when he was
can't
asked
take
to
documents
give them
home.
back, and when he was asked to give them back, what did he do? He gave them back. The problem with Trump is when they asked Trump to give them back, Trump said, "Oh, I don't have them." And then Trump instructed.
You see what you just did, Jason?
You
skipped over. He shouldn't have the documents at all.
He didn't have those documents. First of all, you're acting like they had the same documents. They did not. First of all, second of all, when Trump was asked to give the documents back, he instructed his assistants to hide them in another room. So he was clearly obfuscating the American public and trying to hide those documents when he was told to give those back.
Not to mention, when Tricky Dick put a Supreme Court justice on the bench, they were actually a judge for more than 3 days. Your president put Sasha Amy Baron Cohen on that thing, and she didn't even serve as a paralegal. She knows nothing about the law.
Wait, yeah, and Ketanji Brown Jackson couldn't define what a woman was, so why would I want her?
You know what? You know now. Come on.
Let's talk, brothers. Let's have some bro talk. If we gonna do this, right?
You keep a talking point in your back pocket, though.
Hey, Bill, I'm Baptist, right? Hey.
Donald.
Let me get an understanding for a second. Let me get an understanding. So, is everybody Democrat? Identifies Democrat?
I'm an independent.
Okay, but you lean left. I can tell.
I'm a truth seeker.
Okay. Okay. Ty, you Democrat?
Yes, 100%.
Okay, Bill, you Democrat?
I am not.
Okay, you independent?
It's tricky.
Bill is a Republican. Bill is a Republican, but he is a less conservative Republican than most.
Okay.
He voted for Bush twice.
I did vote for Bush twice.
Bill, did you vote for Trump?
Absolutely not. He's a convicted felon in a goddamn.
He wasn't a convicted felon in 2020. You could have voted for him then.
He was an unconvicted in 2020 that called for the killing of 5 black boys. There was no way he was getting my vote, and he never apologized.
I hear you on that. I hear you on that. And that's something that I had to get over when it came to Trump.
Oh, you just got over him calling for the killing of 5 people that look like you. Redlining, but also the redlining that he participated in that he still benefits from. You had to just get over that.
He's not a saint by far.
Before you go, I really just want to direct this conversation to the point. Has the Supreme Court given too much power to the president, and what does this mean for the future of our democracy? Is it in danger? Is it the same? Do you think nothing's changed just because this is what people already assumed? What do you think?
I don't think this ruling really impacts anything. This is the thinking that has always been for years, right? Listen, the president of the United States is the most powerful person on the globe, right? So they haven't given him any more power. Like, I don't care who the president is, whatever they do is going to be protected as long as it's within the guise of their official duties, right? So let's just say it's not going to happen. Let's just say that Trump got convicted in Atlanta and they wanted him to go to jail. But then he was elected as president. Being president of the United States supersedes anything else. So he would serve his time. I mean, in the Oval Office, right? And then after that,
real quick before you go though, you don't think that if Donald Trump was elected president that he would go after his political opponents? Just thinking about this before you answer though, this is the same guy who called
you're right. You like the first time.
Hillary Clinton. He talked about her emails. He said Barack Obama wasn't born here. He used the nickname Pocahontas to refer to who was it? Nancy Pelosi or somebody like that.
No, who was the glasses?
Haircut. Glasses.
Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah, Elizabeth Warren. Yes, like he
I love
goes.
this. Hold up. I love this charade you just played. Haircut, glasses. Elizabeth Warren.
So we know that he is willing to go after his political opponents and their wives verbally. You don't think that he would do anything to go after them, like financially or like put their lives on the line or anything like that? I don't think
so. And I'll tell you why. Now let's be honest about this. Yeah. Trump has been attacked since the day that he announced he was going to run for president by Democrats. Yeah? So let's not act like Democrats haven't been attacking him and calling him every name in the book, calling his supporters deplorables, all that kind of stuff. Like, it's been nasty. And it started with Hillary. I'm going to be honest with you. But one of the things that I was looking for with Trump this time around, I said I wanted him to grow up. Like, there were a lot of things he did in his first administration where he was
85-year-old man to grow up.
Yeah, no, because we all can grow. And I was like, if you just keep your mouth shut, maybe things will be a little better. And so
that's why I didn't like that debate, though. That's why I didn't like that they said they're going to mute it, because I understand what you're saying. When they said they're going to mute them, it's like you're not getting their real responses and real personalities.
I thought that was great for Trump. Because
I think it was great. I do think it was great for Trump because it keeps a muzzle on him. But I do think that you would have been disappointed had they not done that, because he would have been making the jokes and stuff. He even told Joe the one time, like, I don't know what you just said. I don't even think you know it.
That was great. That
he cannot help. He can't. I liked
great.
it too, but he can't help but take a shot at him, and that's the reason why I'm like, this is tricky for me to know that they're allowing him to have free reign like that.
Yeah, let me finish this point, and I'll land my plane per se. But
got it.
Let's Baptist, come on, land the plane.
No, that's some Twitter space stuff. But no, he's been a little more mature this time around, right? He hasn't been as reckless with his words this time around. He's been a little mature. He's listening to his team a little better this time around, because the first administration, he didn't listen to nobody. And so I think he learned from his mistakes a little better. He I'm gonna tell you, in the debate, he actually seemed like the adult in the room, to be honest with you. That's the way I saw it. So I'm proud of him to see how he's grown. Listen, no, if you look,
bar is on the floor. Like, what are we talking about?
I'm with you. It is. It absolutely is. This is what we have. We got to choose, right? So do you want a walking corpse, or do you want somebody that can hit a golf ball 300 yards?
And I've been waiting to say this.
That's where we are at this point.
I want the best cabinet, and to me, the best cabinet is the Democrats. I'm not going to sit here and try to, because we've seen what's happened with Republicans. We've seen what happened. He's fired them. Of course, so we won't know.
Do you know?
Damien, he still doesn't have a vice president. The election's in 2 months. Like, what are we talking about here?
Damien's the vice president. That's what it is. This is the announcement tonight.
He can name you as vice president and still win. And no disrespect to you.
Though, Damien, the point is his cabinet, he won't have a cabinet because no one can trust him, because he fires everyone in his cabinet like he did the first time he was president.
Well, if people aren't doing their jobs right, they need to be fired. And that's one of the points that Trump made in the debate. The Afghanistan pullout was a disaster and nobody got fired.
Okay, so Biden didn't fire anyone from his cabinet, right? Okay. So in Obama, he had very few cabinet firings as well. He had 8 years, and he mostly had the same cabinet when he started as when he ended, right? But my point is, Trump in 4 years went over the cabinet twice. He had 3 secretaries of state. What are we talking about here?
It happens sometimes. If people don't perform, and they gotta go.
It happens sometimes.
We don't want fraud, waste, and abuse in government. Let me say this: Pete Buttigieg, Secretary of Transportation. The administration invested hundreds of billions, millions, if not billions of dollars into electric vehicle charging stations. Did you know they've only completed like 3 or 4 of them? 3 or 4.
Yeah, but
in 3 years.
What do you care about that for?
What do you mean? I drive a Tesla. I care. Right?
Oh,
a lot of other Americans.
The president doesn't want to get rid of fossil fuel. So how does that make you feel?
Again, I'm not a lockstep every issue Republican, right? I live in the real world, right? And I understand that this world is going to eventually go fully green on renewable energy, right? You know, I got solar panels on my house. You know what I'm
So you're
saying?
voting for someone who's not going to try to. You're voting for someone who's not going to try to preserve, you know, our natural resources, and you're just going to go ahead and vote for him anyway, so he can kind of destroy all of this progress that we're making towards electrical.
Well, that ain't my top issue when it comes to Trump. But my top issue.
So why you bringing it up? So why you bringing it up with Pete Buttigieg?
Well, I'm showing you how poor of a job that Pete is doing,
matter.
and he needs to be fired. But you said the cabinet's doing well, and they're not doing a great job, right? But no, my top issue. No, you're just a Democrat, man. No, my bad. You're independent. I respect it.
Independent.
No, but my top issue is illegal immigration.
Education did a great job.
Right. What's his name? Carmona?
Oh, his.
It wasn't even him. It was a her. See?
Oh, you talking about Trump? DeVos?
Uh-huh.
I wasn't a fan of her. No, I wasn't a fan of her. Listen, I told you, I don't love everything that Trump does. I don't. Right?
So we went from MAGA lockstep to at least we're making progress. Let me tell y'all this though. You're coming. By this time next year, if you be on our show, you're gonna be a Democrat. I love it.
No. I used to be. No, I'll never go back. So listen, I'm from Jackson, Mississippi, and so my father was born in 1957. My grandparents were sharecroppers, right? My grandmother used to tell me stories about how she thought she was gonna get killed one day because some white woman called her the N-word, and she cursed the woman out, and she thought the Klan was gonna come and get her, right? But she always told me, be strong and stand on your square. That said, the 88 and 94 crime bills decimated our communities as Black people. And Joe Biden was proud of it. He locked up grandmothers for 30 years for nonviolent offenses. He talked about how we're unredeemable and miscreants and super predators, right? And so for me, that's hard for me to get over. Like you talked about, I know Trump was wrong what he did about the Central Park 5, and so I can't make excuses for that. But it's another thing to enact policy that affects a group of people who have already been harmed for 400 years and affect a group of people through policy, right? And decimate their communities in the way that they did. And for me, that's tough to look over the decimation that crime bill had on our communities. And for me, that's why I can't touch Joe Biden with a 10-foot pole.
Okay.
Trump never passed any legislation to hurt our community.
Or any legislation at all.
I disagree with that, but okay. I think the 3 Supreme Court justices that he put on the Supreme Court are going to damage our people and our society. And,
Jason, you know who you blame for that? You blame Ruth Bader Ginsburg for being too egotistical to step down. If she would have stepped down under Obama, we wouldn't be having this conversation today.
Or if Mitch McConnell wouldn't have held that vote until Trump got in office, then we wouldn't have had this problem as well. So, okay, if you want to do Ruth Bader, I'll do Mitch McConnell. Okay, don't act like I don't politics. I know where you're going. Look, Damien, I really appreciate you joining us. You've been awesome tonight. I love this debate. It's been great for the show. Tell people where they can find you if they want to follow you at.
Yeah, you can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter. You see my handle right there at Noble Negro with an E on the end. I have a lot of controversial opinions. I'm a Baptist preacher. I love everybody. I love politics as well. I want to see our people do well, and I want to see our country move forward. And so I thank y'all for the opportunity. Dex, thank you for reaching out, and thank you to your viewers and your listeners for the opportunity.
It's been a great time, man, and I wish you the absolute best. We'll have you on after Trump loses the election. We want to hear your viewpoints on that, and we love to go back and forth again. All right, bro?
Yes, sir. Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
Of course, man. Have a good one. All right, time for the scoop.
Scoop, 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 scoop.
10:51. My gosh. I said, what did I tell him before the show? 25 minutes?
25 minutes.
I told him 25, right?
Yeah. 51.
It's crazy. And I said it was conservative, so it is what it is. But it was fun, very fun. And definitely, if you want to banter and go back and forth with him on Twitter, follow him because he will go back and forth with you. And we'll definitely try to have him on again once Trump loses. I would love to hear his opinion on that. All right, moving on. The 2024 BET Awards took place this past week. Here are some of the highlights. We started off the night with the red carpet and Angela Simmons' new gun purse. Apparently, it's had a lot of people upset, including some people who decided to tell us that Angela Simmons had her baby father, apparently not her baby. Was it baby father? Yeah, her baby's father.
Her baby daddy.
Got shot and died. Her boyfriend Yo Gotti's best friend got shot and died. But this is what she had to say about the person.
So I see a lot of conversation around the bag, the purse I wore to the awards, and normally I don't address like rumors and stuff, but I'm not like that. Never been like that. I'm super, like, I'm not violent. I've obviously been through a lot in my personal life when it comes to gun violence, and it's very personal to me, but I just liked the bag, and I thought it was cool, and I thought it was a fashion moment, and that was it. I didn't have any intentions of ruffling anyone's feathers. It seems like everyone's, or a couple of people, I'll say, are a little upset, but I don't mean no harm. I'm super, super peaceful, and yeah, I'm sorry if it bothered anyone, but that's not me. That's just not how I am.
She's so aggravating. Like, that girl's
I love how she starts off. I love how she says, I normally don't address things like
because that's all you do. That's how you're here.
You to address anything, Angela Simmons. Like,
I am glad she addressed it though, because I thought that was actually terrible. Like, considering what happened to her child's father, I thought that was horrible for her to do that on a black award show stage like that. So I'm glad she addressed it.
On her black job.
On her black job.
Ty, any offense with the purse? Would you carry it?
Would I personally carry the purse? That I think was fashionable. No, I think it was a bad idea. No. Was I gonna like fall out about it? No.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Moving on. Nicki Minaj was named Best Female Hip Hop Artist for the 8th time at the BET Award. She was.
Bars on the floor.
Well, she actually hadn't won it also in like 7 years. So this is her reclaiming her crown of sorts. Lotto won last year. Nicki Minaj wins this year. She beat Cardi B, Doja Cat, Glorilla, Ice Spice, Lotto, Megan Thee Stallion, and Sexy Red to get back on top. Blue Ivy Carter also took home some hardware, winning the 2024 BET Young Stars Award. And though the win was not televised, it still counts. She beat people, I'm not sure if you've heard of any of these people, Akira Akbar, Demi Singleton, Eris, Diana Harris. I feel like, is that Tiny and T.I.'s child?
Yeah, and they performed. You couldn't even get them.
Who are those people?
Jabria McCullum, Jalen Hall, Lee Jeffries, and Van Van. We know Van Van.
These sound like people that work there. Like, what are we?
No, this particular award, the BET Young Stars Award, had gone to Blackish star Marseille Martin for the past 5 years, but now it has a new home with Blue Ivy Carter. Who is more deserving of their award, Blue Ivy or Nicki Minaj?
Absolutely Blue Ivy. She's been putting in real work.
Blue Ivy is in the new Lion King movie that's coming out. So shout out to her for that. She also toured with Beyonce, captivating audiences. Dex, do you have a problem with either of these two winning?
No, I think they both deserved it. But like, I think for Nicki to win an award like that, I think them other rap girls, like, you gotta go you gotta get in the booth, put out a.
And they were all there too. That's the funny thing. All those other girls,
there, they all performed.
Literally there, they performed.
Truthfully, after seeing all their performances, I see why Nicki won. It makes sense.
O.J. Simpson, the former NFL star and actor, was featured in the In Memoriam segment, and it sparked quite the reaction. As the montage played, the audience applauded for other various luminaries, but when Simpson's face appeared, the room fell silent. A smatter of applause followed, smattering of applause, but overall, it left many in attendance and viewers at home surprised and uneasy. The families of Nicole Brown and Ron Goldman, who are always ready to give a comment, have criticized always ready. Have criticized BET for including Simpson in the tribute. Ron Goldman's father, Fred, called it inappropriate and offensive, while Nicole Brown's sister Tanya, you think it's Tanya or Tanya?
Absolutely, she calls herself Tanya.
She demanded an apology, and she even suggested that the person responsible for the in memoriam should be fired. So my question is, should BET have included OJ in the in memoriam segment, or was it a major stab in the back to the families of Brown and Goldman?
I think before tonight, I would have said they absolutely should not have included that. But after hearing what that family had to say, I think they need to do it again.
Jason, you said it was a dagger to the heart.
Slice across the throat.
Here's the thing. The fact that Goldman and the Browns are sitting around watching the BET Awards for that.
You know somebody said that to them. Couldn't wait.
Please. O.J. Simpson had a very big influence in Black culture. His decision had a big influence. It's culture's biggest night. Why would they miss him?
Okay.
Now I don't know about all that, but I'm fine with them putting it up there now because these people shouldn't be speaking on it. But like when I first saw that, I said, "Now wait a second, now O.J. Simpson up there." Huh?
I don't know. I think they probably were debating whether or not to put him up there. I don't think it was just an easy decision. But like
he was at the end.
Can you really not include the death of O.J.? Like you can ignore the death of
O.J. If they wouldn't have not put OJ up there, nobody would have said a word. Like they
wouldn't have said a word. And I feel like even if they would have done it and just not given him the full 8 seconds that they gave everybody else, I feel like they should have just cut it after like one.
Flipped it in there.
Exactly. Just snap it off. That would have been the appropriate thing to do, but they did.
Or just his name, honorable mention. No picture.
They saw the name too.
Let me tell y'all something. What nobody in that room think about Nicole Brown or the Sacks, but nobody wasn't thinking about nobody, okay? And the only reason they didn't clap was because they knew that there were other corporate sponsors like
people were looking around like, should I? Please. And I know they were like that in the building because that's how it was at home. I'm like, do I feel bad? Like I don't know.
All right, and last but not least, we'll get to Usher. His 13-minute lifetime. 13-minute he was up there talking for. Most of it was bleeped out though, leaving viewers at home wondering what he actually said to make them bleep everything out. Well, BET has come out to say that there was an audio malfunction and they have since apologized to Usher. They have also put up the full video of the clip if you want to see it, if you care to see his acceptance speech. Apparently it's up on their YouTube channel. You won't see it here on Bro Talk, I can tell you that much. This award comes after Usher wrapped up his Las Vegas residency and announced a 24-city U.S. tour, plus his 2024 Super Bowl halftime show was a hit. But one part we did understand, the part that they did not bleep out, was that Usher is interested in having a Swiss Beats Mashonda Alicia Keys situation for his life.
Be cool for the sake of the kids. I look at Swiss Beats and his ex-wife and Alicia Keys and the fact that they managed to pull things together. I'm trying, Tameka. First step, get it right.
I'm trying, Tameka.
Usher makes me want to have baby mama drama so bad. Like it just looks so fun over there. Like baby mama drama looks like fun sometimes.
Well, if you're Swiss Beats, how do you feel about this? Do you feel like you're holding the key to making everything work, or are you a little embarrassed that you brought up, your situation in front of the world?
If I'm Swiss Beats, I wouldn't care. If I'm Alicia Keys, I'd be like, oh my God, they're gonna talk about me stealing that lady's husband again.
Yeah, I agree.
That
he said.
So for Alicia Keys, okay. Well, we wish Alicia Keys the absolute best.
We wish her some notes that she can actually hit on the keyboard.
We're not sending her right
this range.
Straight like that.
This little range.
Little
not
smaller.
Here. Right here in your lane. Your little teeny lane.
Time for Hit It and Quit It. All right, Rick Ross, guys. Dex, your birthday twin, is in trouble. Rick Ross, the biggest boss, was allegedly involved in a brawl in Vancouver after his set at the Ignite Festival. Here's the scoop. Ross closed his set with Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us, a track that reignited, of course, the Drake and Kendrick feud. Now, this didn't sit well with the Drake fan in the audience, leading to a fight. The footage shows a man, reportedly a Drake fan, throwing punches, which escalated into a full-on brawl. One man was even left unresponsive on the ground after it was all said and done.
City nigga, what's up?
So yeah, as you can see, none of those were Rick Ross. It was all his security. But Rick Ross says that he was uninjured, and no one on his team was seriously injured, and even called Vancouver a beautiful city. According to Ross, he said he thought that they were battle service boys. He wrote that online. Meanwhile, Drake and 50 Cent had their reactions online, with Drake seemingly enjoying the footage, liking a few posts, including one that said Ross met the British Columbia Demons, the BC Demons.
I know you lie.
The Demons from
No, you lying.
The Demons from British Columbia.
Like, if y'all don't, your national anthem is "God Save the King." If y'all don't have a seat, please.
You don't want to hear about the British Columbia, the Demons.
And don't want to hear about it. Like, y'all don't.
I mean, they won. They beat them up. That was like their version of like the Montgomery Riverfront brawl. Like they really they sent him back to America. They sent him back to America.
I'm telling you, that's the most action all
right,
of Canada has seen in 150 years.
Can I just say my favorite part of this video though is that they're like fighting as the intro to Dreams and Nightmares comes on. If that was Philadelphia, that would have been our superpower. We would have turned up. We would have beat the ass. I'm telling you, it was Canada, so you know how that goes.
50 Cent also had something to say about it.
Hey guys, I just saw a very unfortunate situation that took place in Canada, and I wanted to say to everyone, that I hope that brother made it home safely. I hope that he now has a different perspective and a better sense of what to do and what not to do while you're out in the world, That part where the young guy went like, he did this little move and shit and got knocked the fuck out, like right there. That does not reflect him. That reflects his camp. And he might need to go get the Dream Chasers or
like never before. African woman, you're the one I adore. Happy Canada Day. See, I'm rapping today. Happy Canada Day to everybody. Cheers, man. Cheers to the whole country. Our day today. Sun's out. Enjoy it. Enjoy it.
What is this accent?
No, the accent is what got you. This man has Hello Kitty painted on his fingernails. It's a problem.
That's part of the course.
But also,
I did like that little laugh. That little laugh was nasty.
I don't think I've heard 50 Cent speak in a very long time, and I am positive that he went to school with 6 people in his class.
There are only 6 people. There are only 6 people that live in Canada. So of course,
no, I'm talking about 50 Cent. Like he was in a classroom with 6 people.
Oh,
guaranteed.
Sure. That's
50 Cent's very intelligent. We're not doing that.
No, I don't think so.
Yes, he is. I've met 50.
See, I feel like this whole incident has cleared the way for Drake to go ahead and push his new album wherever he was going to put it before all this other crazy stuff happened.
Well, Rick Ross said he's coming back to Canada. He said he will be back.
It's easy for you to come back and get beat up.
Should he avoid Canada now? Should he avoid it now that the British Columbia Demons are out for him?
No, because nothing happened to him and they beat up his friends. Like his friends need to beat up on him. If we went somewhere and I got beat up and y'all like, I'm going back, I'm like, oh, really? Really?
Were some of those people who were getting beat up his security?
They all were.
The big one. Yeah,
especially that. I don't know if I'm willing. Like, I didn't know, like, if I did security for you, I had to like be in hand-to-hand combat.
Yes,
like
that is your job. If it comes to it, fisticuffs.
Like, I'm expecting to just sit back and shoot whoever's coming your way. They're like engaged in fisticuffs on the job.
That's part of their. I mean, hand-to-hand combat is definitely part of the skill set that's needed. I mean, they can't take weapons everywhere, Ty. They have to be able to fight.
No, like, I was like, no, I didn't know I would have to do that.
Now, Will, do you think playing that Kendrick disc was a wise move? Because he did that at the end of his set, or was it just asking for trouble?
I feel like had the tension not already been there, this would have been fine. The people in Canada don't really care for Drake as much anyhow. Nobody cares. Like, play the song. Drake is walking around with braids, talking about, yeah, man, we in Jamaica, happy Canada
Day. Yeah.
With Hello Kitty painted on his fingernails. It was nasty. I don't know. The boy has no identity whatsoever, and neither does Canada. They are in Great Britain's shadow.
Just the last thing. No, the last thing that I would do, though, if I'm being accused of being a certified pedophile, is walking around with Hello Kitty painted on my fingernails.
Absolutely.
I need to check that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he's trolling. Maybe it's a thing.
That's not how you troll. That is actually the opposite of trolling. You failed.
Jamie Foxx has finally broken his silence about the medical emergency that left Dex criticizing him and him hospitalized last year. The Oscar-winning actor revealed that it all started with a bad headache and quickly escalated into something more serious. He was just talking to a group of people about it.
Look, April 11th last year, bad headache. Asked my boy for an Advil. I was gone for 20 days. I don't remember anything. So they told me, I'm in Atlanta, they told me. My sister and my daughter took me to a birth doctor. They did cortisone shot. Next doctor said, something going on up there. I won't say it on camera. I won't say it. Yeah, I don't want to say it on camera.
So still don't really say what it was, but he did give a little bit more information. Jamie's daughter, Corinne, took to Instagram at the time to thank everybody for their prayers support, but it raises an interesting question. Dex, does Jamie Foxx still owe you an apology?
He absolutely does.
When he was out for 20 days and he didn't even know you were praying for him.
He does.
Come on.
He knows now. So you mean to tell me you can give these people, these random people on the side of the street, you can give them a statement about what happened, but the only thing we got was an Instagram quote that
what are you supposed to do?
Speak. Let us know what's going on.
He did.
Okay, what was going on then, Jason? You tell me.
You know, he don't want to say it on camera. It's a private thing.
But you know, like what happened?
He had, something up there.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
He don't want to say it on camera. Leave the man alone. He has a right to privacy, Dexter. Just like you.
No, you don't really. You really don't. And you walking around with a QR code on your shirt. You trying to sell something. So let me know what time it is. What happened? What went down?
We wish Jamie Foxx.
Also, we need to hone in on a homegirl that was standing to his left. She was concerned. That would be all right. Baby was concerned.
Absolutely, she was.
Because that clone was malfunctioning. It was doing
Don't do that. She's not a clone. Jamie Foxx, we wish you the best. Speedy recovery, and we can't wait to see you back on screen.
Why are you wishing him a speedy recovery? Didn't they recover already?
Right, Ty.
They recovered a clone. That's what
you mean. I second your statement.
Thank you. All right, we're going to skip Q&A because we're running out of time. Let's move to clips.
So press record and let you feel me.
All right, sorry to cut your segment there, Bill. But
right.
you know, we have to adjust. It's been a long show, and the kids are downstairs going off, and I need to get there quick. Okay. Dex, you ready for the bookmarks this week?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get to it. All right, the category: laugh and you going to hell. Okay. All right, so the clip's going to cut, and if you're laughing, I don't know what to tell you. And don't cover your mouth. Hands down, hand down, man down.
I'm already laughing. I don't even know.
You're already sniggling. All right, so this one, let's just start. I think let's start from least funniest to most funniest, and I just want to see where we can get to. Okay, here we go.
You the one who put down the damn weight. Hey.
Ray.
You okay?
Damn, you heavy fucking.
You okay, Mom?
You wait. Damn. Ray.
I ain't find him. Get the leg. Get the leg, twin.
Get the leg, twin.
See,
You okay, mama?
Said you heavy as hell.
the issue is here. She tried to balance herself on that little itty bitty school chair that they stole up from the school.
But why though? There was a ladder there though. Like, why did you just climb the ladder? The ladder was right there.
Oh, that ladder was flimsy. You ever gone on one of them outdoor pool ladders?
I'm not old enough. I don't do pools like that. In ground only.
You all lose. All right. Next up, we have Ty's driver's test. So this is live from Philadelphia. April of 2008. Ty Singh goes to drive. And oh my God. Look at the back of the car. Watch the smoke come out. It pooted.
I don't like stuff like that. You know my favorite part of this video? My favorite part is as they're going through the course, they stop perfectly at the stop sign. And that was the only time they stopped.
And then they floored it.
It's that little poot I can't take afterward.
That poot at the end.
I would love the audio from the driving instructor.
And I tell that story because Ty had a really bad driving test. It was so funny. And your first one, it was Ty. It was really bad. You said that one was telling you he was going too fast and he was cussing her out and all this stuff. It was really bad.
Are you making okay?
I'm not making that up. You forgot. Okay. Disassociation. I get it. All right. The next one we have is Mariah Carey and Stevie Wonder. Okay. Again, trying not to laugh.
Yes,
I can't even remark about what just happened. Does anybody realize that this is Stevie Wonder?
I have so many.
Every day I fight for my spot in heaven. Every single day.
But she won too, because she pointed on the wrong side. Like he over here somewhere.
He stood up there smiling at him. I thought he was smiling.
That's what you get though. At some point, Steve gonna have to stop pretending.
He was sitting up there smiling at her face, just as proud to pick up that mic. He said, "I'm gonna get you this mic."
Yes,
He posed.
I can't even.
And what's worse is that them people took that microphone like they was Mariah Carey.
And he's still just standing there, like, move him. Don't just take the microphone. Move him. Just stupid.
Bill, because I told you how I do the show now, how I do the segment.
Yes.
Now you know what I've been going through all the
Yeah,
time.
it all makes sense.
All right, and this last one is called what's this one called? I just want to give you the title. Oh, it's called End of the Road. Here we go.
When the cycle lane ends abruptly.
Do we forget that this woman was on a wheelchair? What the?
Bill, turn his camera off. He's seen it.
What? Did we not have a dress rehearsal? Like, was that supposed to happen? Like, oh my god! Wow. And the host just skip it on out there, like no big deal. Like this one.
Next for Ty, for Bill, for Jason. This has been another edition of Real Talk Live.
Clip.
But I will say that last clip, that's the winner.
The blind handoff. That's what it's called.
Yeah, that's the winner.
Well, I'm glad she wasn't the Humpty Dumpty.
No, this was End of the Road. Sorry, blind handoff was Stevie Wonder.
Oh, End of the Road is the winner.
That's the winner. Okay. Ty, you okay? She breaks so hard. She hit that break hard. It's like she was counting. She was like, all right, I gotta hit it right here. Whoosh.
When the cycle lane ends abruptly.
She's a professional.
He saw that wall coming too. He said, well, you know, gotta get to the stage. Wow.
You gotta stop on the dime. I want to be okay. Never mind. That was funny. I'm not going to.
Gotta get me off the show. I'll just have
I'm with you.
no consideration for my real life.
We're good here. It's been enough. God bless everybody. We're moving.
That boy is crying. Like his face is red.
All right. So End of the Road win. Okay, got it.
If this segment of the show sends me to hell, y'all make sure y'all tell my church to give y'all all my money back. All my money right back.
All right, End of the Road wins. Time for seats. Deep breaths.
Well, it's been a good run. Just announcement to make before we begin seats. No, I'm kidding. It's not seats. Y'all got seats today?
Oh, I have one really quick seat today. My seat this week is going to go to Jason for cutting Q&A and keeping seats. That's all.
I feel like seats are faster. Sorry, my bad.
Actually, I do actually have a seat. First of all, I do need to tell Dex, like, shout out Dex. I love that Son Goku shirt. Like,
oh, thank you.
That's a fire shirt.
What's that mean?
It's Dragon Ball Z.
You wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But I do have a seat. As I alluded to earlier, my seat is going to go to all of you youngsters out here who are the reasons that we're not having cookouts anymore. We're cooking out over on my side. But
don't tell them that, because then they're going to come up shooting that thing up. Do not tell them that you're cooking out.
Well, guess what?
Anyway.
They can't shoot. Why would I be concerned? They'd have to wrestle their weapon out of their little Telfar purse, and then they'd have to try to aim at me.
They got to look through the shiesty that they were in 190 degrees.
Have y'all seen the news lately? These people can't shoot worth a damn. So I'm not concerned. But I do need to tell y'all that if you have more Telfar bags and you have little sandals and cigarettes and beers, you need to be seated, because that's why you don't have any cookouts, because you're the man.
Is there a men's Telfar line out?
No.
Oh
no. I just swear it was because of what you were saying.
Nope.
Oh, so it's not like a new trend going around. Like,
it's the new trend. It's just a one size fits all.
Oh, what's the trend?
Oh, did y'all see Santana at the BET Awards?
Oh, what's a trend?
One size fits all. It's like that miniskirt he had on. It was a one size fits all.
What size Telfar they be getting? Them little small, like little clutches?
Oh, I didn't say it. He said it.
Oh, Bill, what kind of name you get?
I just know it's Telfar because it's owned by a colored woman.
What?
Y'all got to be seated. Put the purses down. Pick up some charcoals and learn how to grill.
Okay. The women or the men?
Well, the women be out there the women be out there on the grill now. Like if you look, it be so many women out on the grills.
Somebody got to do it. Somebody got to do it. I don't blame them.
Yeah. Okay. A bunch of remember Rugrats Betty? That's what a bunch of them running around.
We're not doing Miss Betty.
She used to be the one doing the grill. Howard wasn't on the grill.
I was about to say Howard was my dude.
He was not on the grill. Betty was out there doing the work. That's how.
Jason, didn't you win a grilling contest not too long ago?
I did. I'm a champion. Church league, but yes, I am a champion.
Hey, a win's a win.
Okay, Donald Trump. Big Don won the contest.
All right. Anyone else have a seat?
No, we're done.
Okay. I think we're done. Thanks to Damien for joining us tonight. It was that's his name, right? Sure. Okay, y'all didn't get a reaction when I said it, so I was just making sure I said the right name. I was scared for a second. Shout out to Damien. Follow him, Noble Negro with an E, if you would like to see some, or if you would like to display some performative outrage his way. We'll try to have him on once again after the election season is over. And thank you all for joining us and commenting. It's been a great show. It's been hilarious. You guys' comments have really added to the show each and every week. But last but not least, as we tell you guys each and every week, we just ask you to do one thing for us, and that is share this, subscribe it, like it, and also make sure that you tell people about the show every Tuesday night when you're watching it, okay? Bro Talk Live, we get as big as you guys make us. For Ty, for Dex, for Bill, this has been another edition. We will see you guys next week, and we hope you guys have a wonderful week.